Y'all just recorded.
Awesome. Am I saying your name properly as well?
It's Bossett. Yeah,
Bossett.
I'm pretty sure you said it right.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Bossett, and we're really excited to have you here. And yesterday, just for those of you guys that weren't able to make it, yesterday in our pub crawl, we had Bossett join us for Zahnymous, and he brought a ton of energy to his, action-packed 10 minutes that he was allotted for the pub crawl, which is a nice format for project owners to come and present, and a great format for investors to be able to kind of be very efficient with their time. But what it does is it leaves you wanting a lot more, when somebody really brings a lot of energy and enthusiasm to a project, or with a project like this where there's a lot to it and a lot to offer for an investor. So, I'm really, really glad that we have Zahnymous back. I'm interested in hearing the full-on Zahnymous AMA. So I can't wait. Welcome to everybody here in the tavern too. This is one of our first AMAs together, and we're just getting started with a lot of stuff. So we're grateful for you guys joining us. So, Bossett, Zahnymous, tell us a little bit about your team to get us started. A little bit about yourself. I love to start with the team. Just because when I'm investing as an investor, I want to know about the team. So, I think that's what people are here to hear from you. Tell us about your team, a little bit of background in the crypto space, like what you did before that, and then we'll get into a project overview after that.
Of course. So I have a team consisting of 3 lawyers that work under me, and I outsource dev work, but I don't even call it outsourcing anymore, but they're pretty much my family. I'll go into it during the pitch as well. But there's about 30 to 40 blockchain developers that work under this project. And the actual core team is Coin Official. They're my co-founders. They do all my tokenomics. They incubate projects. They've been in the crypto space, specifically BSC, for the past 2 to 3 years. And they've been helping actually build projects that have really good ideas, get them set up to the actual pre-sale stage, and then that's their actual business model, is they help projects with just ideas, help them through actually creating their idea and turning into a reality. And then they usually leave the project. But I created a great relationship with them, and they pretty much chose to stay a part of the team. So that's who we have. We have 3 lawyers, blockchain developers for front end and back end, and then we have the core foundation that really has all the crypto knowledge, and then me, the founder of the project. And I'm just an entrepreneur at heart. I've always done business since I was a kid. I've had ideas in different projects, all the way ranging from owning my own fertilizer plant, turning horse waste into reusable products like methane gas. I've even done FOB shipping from China to the Americas. I've done dipped into a little bit of e-commerce as well. Always just been an entrepreneur. And I had this idea of really creating a way that was more simplified for users to crypto spend, because I realized that this kind of market was untapped. A lot of the people that had their own debit card programs, they were focusing so much on centralization, but crypto was created to actually defeat that centralization. So that was the birth of ZA. It was, how can I have my own cryptocurrency, but be able to have access to all fiats across the world within seconds?
So really interesting. When you talk about lawyers, right? I mean, people get a certain vibe from that. Can you talk about what because I know a little bit about what you're using your legal team for, but can you share that a little bit? Obviously with whatever discretion you need to use, but clarify that, because I think you're doing great stuff within that as well.
So I've been using my lawyer team, or my legal team, since the beginning of February 2022. And they've really helped make sure everything we're doing is completely legal. In regards to when I describe this whole decentralized crypto spending, and I kind of talk about how do I have my own cryptocurrency and access to all fiats across the world, the first thing you probably think of is, oh, that's centralized. Well, we go about it a little bit of a different way. I'll go about it in the pitch. But when I first pitched the idea to them, they were like, Bossett, we need to revamp this because what you're doing sounds amazing on paper, but there's no way that, people with your token will immediately have access to Canadian dollars. We just can't let that happen. So let's try and fit what you're trying to do and actually make it more legal. Because obviously what your dream isn't able to happen as free and as decentralized as you want. So they've actually honed in and helped make sure that the ZA project meets all legal barriers, and everything we're doing is as close as decentralization as possible, with the idea of having crypto and access to fiat. And honestly, they've gotten me connections everywhere. I have partnerships with some of the biggest centralized exchanges and some huge financial institutions all around Europe. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't even be in this situation. So they get a huge round of applause. They've helped this project tremendously.
Yeah, that's great. And hearing about the team, did you say you have over 30 blockchain developers?
Yeah, so I actually have access to about 30 to 40. It's a team. It's an actual company, but we outsource the work to them. But here's something that's so coincidental and funny. They're actually 5 minutes away from my uncle's house. So they're pretty much family now. But yeah, I have access to about a team of 30 to 40. They help me nonstop with everything in regards to the website, building even other projects. They're my team. I love them, and they're not a part of the core team. They don't get any team tokens. I pay them strictly out of pocket, but they're there every step of the way for the ZA project.
And specifically, when you have that access to that team, obviously you've been using that. So can you talk about a little bit about something recently that maybe you tapped that wealth of that team that you have there for on your project?
Of course. Do you mean like how did I get connected with them?
No, I just mean, because you have access to that, obviously that tells us that you've got a project that's heavy on the development side, and that you've got access, that you've got connections to
outsource,
and that you're obviously using it, right? So, yeah. So tell us what's something recently that you needed to work maybe for a new component to your project, or continuing development, or something that you tapped that team for.
Of course. So I actually got connected with that team based on my actual core team. So if it wasn't for Coin Official as well, they wouldn't have gotten me my development team. So in regards to what development work I've done, I've only done ZA with them, but we're adding cross chains right now, and we're adding mobile payments. And I'm even going to add another project in the future. I can't really speak about it because it's still in the idea works. It's not pretty much on paper. So honestly, the only work I've done with them was the ZA project. And I got actually close with them because of my core team, Coin Official. So ZA is the only project they've worked on, but we are going to be adding the cross chain, which will allow users to go from BSC to Avalanche to TRX. I think we're going to have 6 different blockchains on our cross chain. And that's not even about our business. This is just more utility adding to really get away from centralized exchanges. But I'll go into all of that in the actual presentation and the pitch.
Yeah, awesome. And that cross chain was what I was asking about too. So I'm sure you'll talk about that later. But go for it. Give us a nice overview of the project for somebody that I know you've got your presentation. So for somebody that's never heard of it, you got a nice presentation going. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Of course. So let's get straight into it. So for anyone who doesn't already know, my name is Boston. I'm the founder of Zahnymous. And when I created this project roughly a year ago with one idea in mind, it was to decentralize crypto spending. But not only do we decentralize crypto spending, I view it as simplifying crypto spending. But before I go into what my business is about and what the ZA project even is, you have to understand the problem. Because every successful business, every $1 million business solves a problem. So what's that problem that we're trying to actually fix? It's liquidation. It's how do you use your cryptocurrency every single day? Well, if you ask the typical user, they're going to tell you, well, Boston, it's pretty easy. I go from my BEP20 wallet, turn it to BNB, sell it for BNB, move the BNB on Binance, sell it on Binance, and then move the funds to my actual bank account. It's an extremely centralized process. There's huge fees that come when converting with gas fees, or even the fees that you lose on the actual exchange from crypto to fiat, or even going to your bank account. Let's talk about bank account. There's slow bank transfers. ACH transfer can take 3 to 5 business days to settle in your account. What happens if it's Swift transfer? Well, it's even longer. It takes 5 to 7 business days to hit your account. This entire process is what crypto was supposed to defeat. It's outdated technology. So now that I've introduced what the problem is, which is that liquidation, it's how do you use your cryptocurrency instantly, every single day with no barrier to entry? What's the solution? It's us. It's Zahnymous. It's our decentralized application, Card. What we allow is users to connect to a Web3 wallet, be that MetaMask or Wallet Connect, and connect with the biggest brands in the world pretty much without having to use any Web 2.0, without having to go that centralized exchange route. You can spend in almost 100 countries, converting to all major fiats at an instant exchange. As soon as you press the button, you immediately get an email response. It's decentralized. All you have to do is connect a MetaMask. So this image right there is ZA allows you to spend with the biggest brands in the world. So now that I've introduced to you all the problem, which is that centralization, it's the liquidation issue. I told you all the solution, which is us. It's our decentralized application. It's actually decentralized crypto spending. How may a user interact with our ecosystem? So if you don't already have ZA, this is my favorite part of my business. I really do love this because since we're so much about involving crypto spending, it has to be user-friendly. Because in order for crypto to truly be the future, it has to have mass adoption and it has to be intertwined in our economies. It has to be used as an actual currency. So when you go to Zahnymous.io, you click the Buy ZA button if you don't already have my token, and it's going to pop open this pancake swap router. You don't even have to leave the website. You connect a wallet, you purchase ZA, and let's say you have my token, or let's say you have another partner token, which is located on the platform as well. You go to that top right corner, you click Connect Wallet. You can choose either MetaMask or Wallet Connect. Let's say you're done with the process and you want to go straight to buying gift cards. Well, the good thing is you don't even have to leave the landing page. Right next to your Buy ZA button is the Buy Gift Card button. You click that right there. It's going to take you over to our gift card channel. So for this example, I'm going to use United States because that's actually where I'm from. I'm from the States. And I think it would be so amazing to spend, let's say, I want to buy a new laptop or a new camera for my home, completely decentralized. I go over to Walmart, I click it. I could choose the other tokens I have, but for this example, we're going to make this specific to our business and our business only. I'm going to click BNB. I'm going to go to 500 USD, click that quantity one, and I'm going to add to cart because you know what? I'm completely okay with a $500 Walmart gift card. I can buy clothes, I can buy groceries, electronics, pretty much anything you can imagine. And if it's not in the store, they have it online. So let's go into the actual shopping process. I'm done. I'm cool with Walmart. It's such a simple way to check out. You enter your email. By the way, if you all need to contact me about anything, this is the email you can contact me at, support@zahnymous.io. Confirm your email again for a support@zahnymous.io. You agree to the terms and conditions, and you click that proceed to checkout button. I'm going through the process much slower, but this really is how fluid it is. It maybe takes 5 to 10 seconds to take your crypto that's digital into something that's physical, like spendable cash. Let's click I'm not a robot. I'm going to click that button as well, and I'm going to click pay. Right when you do that, it's going to pop open the wallet of your choice. You're going to see it load up. You scroll down. You sign off on that transaction. If you're not familiar with that, I can show you a video on the exact process step by step. But right now, let's get into a little bit more motion. Once you click on confirm that transaction, this is not a joke. Right when you click confirm that transaction, you immediately get a voucher straight to your inbox, allowing you to spend in the physical world. Truly creating a borderless economy with ZA technology. To me, this is exactly what crypto is about. Yes, we can go in more depths. A lot of people might be, well, it's just gift cards. It's just this. To me, it's not. To me, it's taking something that's in my wallet that people gave value to something that's physical, like a laptop or even a game, something I can play, something I can give my time to, something I enjoy. To me, that's exactly what Zahnymous is about. So what happens if you, oh, my bad, actually, I forgot I added this. So anyway, guys, just in case I didn't go into too much detail, or maybe somehow something I said didn't seem right. Maybe you're still questioning, this process seems too streamlined. Show me an actual purchase. Show me something with your platform. Enjoy this 3-minute video. It goes step by step, exactly what I described, just in case you lost a little bit of track while I was speaking. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. It might have been a little repetitive because I kind of just went over the exact process, but sometimes it's better to see it through a video and through a demonstration. And something else that I liked about the video is at the very end, you could actually see a live purchase with the gift card, the same exact gift card that we showed. So it's not like we're describing some process that you invest in my project and this is what I'm going to have a year down the road. This platform has been finished before the token has even been launched. So you might be asking me, well, boss, what happens if I lose my email? What happens if I don't want any Web 2.0 at all? Well, the good thing is we've catered to even everyone in the Web 3. All you have to do, make sure you make the same exact purchase that you did with your MetaMask. You go to orders, and right there, you can actually click on view more, and it's going to show the exact order with that same exact code that you can then spend as spendable cash in the physical world. And if there's anything at all that you still might need help with, please inquiry me at support@zahnymous.io and we'll get it taken care of. But obviously, it seems too good to be real. You're telling me I can just convert my crypto and my wallet to something that's physical like an electronic? This sounds unbelievable. This sounds a little wild. It sounds crazy. It sounds illegal. It's not. So let me go into the actual sign up process so we can show you how we're truly compliant with law thanks to our amazing legal team. So we do have limitations in order to actually KYC and make sure that we're doing everything against fighting OFAC and anti-financial crime. You go to the website, you click that sign up button right there. By the way, you do not have to sign up to use the platform. This is only if your spending thresholds are met or if you want no thresholds at all. Once you click that sign up, it's a very basic process. Again, there's my email. There's a little bit of information. Agree to terms and conditions. I sign up now. So what's the KYC limit? Daily spending limit without KYCing is 1,000 USD. Lifetime spending limit, 9,500 USD per wallet. Now, if you do KYC, there's no spending limit. I'm talking you could spend $1 million to the platform. I might come over to where you are and give you a big hug. But that's about all you have to do with your limitations on your spending if you KYC. So how do you actually KYC? Again, everything is right on the landing page. You click on the same wallet, you create an account right under orders, you click KYC. We pass that off onto our third-party providers, Verif. They take care of everything. If you don't know how to KYC, I'm not sure if you've been in crypto very long because crypto is all about KYC. If you're familiar with any centralized exchange, you should be familiar with KYC. I'm not going to show you the exact process because it's extremely bureaucratic, but if you do, there's nothing wrong with it. We encourage people to actually KYC. So let's do a small recap of the entire business from the front to the end. When I first hopped on call, I explained who I was. I explained the mission. It was to decentralize and simplify crypto spending. I explained to you what the problem was, which is centralized crypto spending. It's these exchanges are forcing, these legalities are forcing me to use their business to use my cryptocurrency. I told you the solution, which is our decentralized application. It's our business. It's our token. I even walked you through the entire process from how to not only purchase my token on the landing page, but how to connect a wallet and spend my token. I've even shown a video demonstration which shows exactly what I described to you, plus a live purchase. But the question still remains, why invest in ZA? It's because you're not investing for today, but you're investing for the future. Our token has real utility. We solve an actual problem, which is centralized crypto spending. The applicational use is not just for America. It's South America. It's Europe, Australia, all over the world. It's truly multi-currency. When you go to my website, you might just view gift cards. I don't. Those gift cards are pre-filled with fiat. That 500 USD Walmart gift voucher, that's pre-filled with 500 USD. What I've truly allowed is a way for you to take my currency and convert it to all major fiats within a snap of a finger. Winning team members. Coin Official is our marketing. They're coming out with a very transparent platform to finally fix crypto marketing. We have a legal team, 3 lawyers that work under us, and I love them. They're awesome. I talk to them pretty much every day. They deal with all of our licensing and all of our legalities. We have a stacked dev team. I'll tell a little bit of a story about the dev team at the very end of the presentation, but they deal with all front end and back end development, but they're pretty much like family to me. The platform is finished. You can go to and purchase right now as I'm speaking. I'm a doxed founder. I think that transparency is needed in the BSC ecosystem. The fact that people aren't willing to show their face, that's an issue to me. That creates a rise. Why is that? Why is transparency a problem? I have nothing to hide. This is exactly who I am, and this is what I'm trying to achieve as a business. We have established partnerships. We're looking for so much more, but right now we have a good partnership list. We have Gympad. Solid business. I love them as well. We have Soul Token, which is the first learn to earn game. We're even adding one, probably going to be one of the biggest meme tokens in maybe 2023, SafeMoon 96. So much more to come. We're also integrating with Rubik, which is a cross-chain token, which allows you to go from different platforms from BSC to ETH again, without having to aggregate from one DEX to another. So the question still remains, why invest in ZA? I think I explained exactly why. So now that you've invested in ZA, now that I've convinced you that this is the future, I've convinced you that in order for crypto to have that next step, it has to be intertwined in spending. It has to be able to be used with no barrier to entry. That's the only way for it to truly grow. So what's the future after you invest? How do we plan to grow as a business? Last time I was in the Crypto Tavern, I gave a presentation to projects, not to investors, but to projects. And that's how we actually grow. We onboard tokens with actual utility, or even tokens with great communities. We take their lower market capitalization. We bring over their community, over their holders. We host their currency on our DApp. It builds our market capitalization because we increase the amount of holders that we have. It really is that simple. More gift cards. We're adding over 1,000 gift cards with even bigger brands soon. More countries. I'm already focusing on the only place I'm lacking, which is Africa. But I have good news for you all. I'm bringing the mobile top-ups to allow you to actually pay your phone bill. For Kenya, Uganda, and Nigeria, I'm even allowing electricity payments, water payments, actual utility for you all. I understand I might not have gift cards for you all. I understand if you all can't feel that you're feeling left out from my ecosystem. I'm catering to you all because I'm going to change that. So that's how we grow. We focus on our weaknesses and turn them into strengths. New chains. Right now, we're only on BSC, but our application, our technology deserves to be on every blockchain out there in crypto. So now that you've understand everything from what our business is about, who I am as an individual and a leader, I've shown you the exact problem we're trying to solve. I've shown you the platform from front end to the end. I've shown you how to be a part of our ecosystem. I've even explained why investing in ZA is a good choice. I've explained to you what's further for our business. Let's go into a little bit about me. Let's go into that more transparency. Let's go into that doxness, because sometimes business needs to chill. Sometimes it's not all about the seriousness. So that's why I chose this picture. I chose this picture to show you all the real me. I am very stringent on my business plan. I'm very motivated. I'm very passionate, but I'm also goofy and funny and silly. So I had to show this picture, and it's my favorite picture because you see this gentleman in the very back looking at me. He probably thinks I'm just some crazy guy. So I really just wanted to show a little bit of the real me, because what I've noticed is investors love authenticity, especially in BSC. And my chart proves that. We had a slow decline the first couple days. But ever since that, we've had a bullish open every single day. We are pretty much going to be back at the all-time high very soon. We're pretty much at launch price already. So here's my co-founders, Coin Official. Their project will be running December 5th. We can give more information on them a little later. They're trying to create more transparency between coin voting and crypto marketing as a whole. They have helped incubate this project from the very beginning. For me, just having an idea on how do I have my own cryptocurrency, but access to all fiats across the world. So maybe you all don't get the gist yet, but what we've truly allowed is the currencies that's on our platform. You have access when you hold those tokens in your wallet. You technically have access to all different fiats across the world. That's what my project is about. It's about fixing that barrier and truly creating a connection between cryptocurrency and fiat. So thank you so much for letting me speak about my project and about my token. Thank you so much, and stay Zahnymous.
Thank you, boss. A lot of information coming out there, so I'm sure we're gonna have some questions.
A lot of energy for sure, man. I loved it.
Yeah, for sure.
You kind of answered a couple of my questions there, going through with like expansion, with gift cards, crypto on the DeFi side. A lot of the poorer countries don't have the big box stores, the gift card program setups and stuff like that. So you did touch on that, how you're going to start going to utilities and offering other services. So you kind of answer that one for me, but if you want to add more to that, I'm a little bit more curious about that.
Of course.
Being more available worldwide, right? Like USA, Canada, Europe, sure, right? We got all the big box stores, and I love the idea. Like, boom, quick purchase of a gift card. We're going to spend the money nonetheless either way. So I do like that idea. But yeah, maybe just a bit more about like how you're going to work with the more countries where crypto is super important, where they don't have great banking systems and things like that. Like, even Puerto Rico or countries like that, when they get hit by hurricanes, the banks aren't even open.
Of course. So what I'm actually trying to do is this is my decentralized solution for crypto spending, but my ultimate dream, and I'm not sure if you caught this when you very first came to our website, this is my true dream right here. So you see the token jumping up and down, and then you see the NFC chip. That's my ultimate goal. I'm going to be honest. I want to be able to live off of ZA. I want to be able to be everywhere I am in the world and be able to just swipe a Visa or a MasterCard and then be able to spend it with no barrier to entry. Even though that's the more centralized route, I'm okay with KYCing, right? I know privacy is huge in DeFi, but the only way to truly cater to certain countries is by opening up a debit card program specifically in that country or continent. And when you do that, you allow those people that might not have access to that, I'm not going to call it failed banking because stuff happens, to have access to be able to actually use crypto, because maybe certain exchanges won't give you a bank transfer. What do you do then? What if the exchange you use only has crypto to crypto? What do you do then? How do you use your tokens for the real world, especially if you actually want to live off your currency? So that's what we're really trying to do. We're trying to allow everyone in the world to be able to use cryptocurrency fluidly. So I think the possible future is a debit card program, and not just any debit card program, because Visa has made limitations that allows. So for example, if you open up a United States debit card program, that program will only reach U.S. citizens and U.S. residents. So there are certain companies that have access to worldwide debit card programs, and that's what Zahnymous is trying to achieve. That's very future, but trust me, this is not going to stop. And that's why I released my gift card platform before I even launched the token, to show people that this gift card system is the very beginning of what I'm truly trying to accomplish. I do want to go in the audits, because some people might say, well, you have a great idea, but what's the security of the token? The good thing is our smart contract devs are they're amazing, okay? And I don't have to say they're amazing. Our scores show it. I don't think I've ever seen such a high score before on an actual, on an audit. So it's the same contract address. You see Zahnymous ZA. Look at that amazing score. And this is just one of the audits that we got for our contract, a 99 out of 100. They should have gave me 100 out of 100. But all jokes aside, though, in regards to security of the project, it's there as well. I didn't really touch too much into it, so that's why I kind of want to show you all right now. But Justin, you're right. There are a lot of countries that their exchange of choice might not even deposit to them. We haven't even touched on that. That's why ZA is so special. It really is trying to cater to all around the world. We also have a CertIC audit as well, where we completed everything that they wanted for us, except for the stuff that we couldn't control, which was the centralization issue, which was the third-party dependency, like using PancakeSwap. But everything that we could fix, we did. We fixed 8 out of 12 errors that they found in the contract. After that, we got the Fresh Coins audit, and they gave us a 99 out of 100. So in terms of security, our deployer is in a multi-sig with different wallets all across the world. So if I get attacked, if someone comes after me, they can't get access to the contract. So security is there. The business is there. The infrastructure, the team, everything is here. Token taxes. Let's go into it because I didn't really touch into it. I really like giving a more energetic pitch so everyone can kind of get hyped. They can feel the energy because I believe that when you let off energy out, even though you're not physically with me, you can feel it. So token taxes. I wanted to encourage everyone to buy the token. So I did a 1% buy tax, and that 1% goes to the LP to actually make sure that our LP is healthy for the project. I have a 9% sell tax, which goes to 5% LP. And then it was 3% development, 1% marketing. But because of how everything is going and how big we actually want to do our marketing, we changed the entire taxes for sell tax to 5% LP and then 4% marketing. Something else someone might ask, they say, well, you have sell tax. How does that affect your problem? How does that affect people using your currency to the platform? The good thing is we omit the wallet, so there's actual no token taxes. So the higher sell tax actually incentivizes users to use the platform as an off-ramp if they do want to close their position. Everything there regarding our economies of our project is damn near perfect. Tokenomics, how the token breakdown in regards to how the actual taxes are split, to the actual business model. This is not a project filled with false promises saying, this is what we're going to do tomorrow. Come invest in my project. I made sure everything was done before the token was even launched, just to show the transparency. So if there's any more questions that you all may have in regards to Zahnymous, I would love to touch about them. I am very passionate about this project because I think we're so undervalued. When I look at our market cap, yes, we are on a crazy bull run right now. We went from about 60,000 to 150,000 within a day. Obviously, there's crazier bull runs, but people realize that this is the most undervalued project in BSC. And I say that with emphasis. There is not many projects with 100,000-ish market cap that has everything built out. They have the team that we have. They have the backing. I have partnerships with top tier exchanges. I have partnerships with huge financial institutions. I have everything we need to be worth millions. It's not a project built off Ponzi-nomics that is some crazy system where it relies on one user's money funding another user, which we're all very apparent of, especially in BSC. This is a token built off an actual business. And as the business scales vertically, the token does as well. We're even implementing buyback and burns to help with token value. To me, this is the next wave. I believe crypto is the future. I believe right now is what the dot-com bubble was in the 99 2000s. All these projects that don't have real backing, no utility, in my opinion, they're going to die. It's the same exact thing that happened in the 2000s. The ones with real utility, the ones that believe in the future, that keep innovating, they're going to be the ones around for the next 30, 40 years. And I'm going to wrap up this presentation with, if you believe crypto is the future, you believe ZA is the future. And a lot of people might say that about their project. But in order for crypto to have the next step in mass adoption, it has to be easily spent. It has to be intertwined in our economies. There has to be a simpler way to use it for everyone, not just people in BSC, not just people on Web3. What we're truly trying to do is simplify crypto use and actual application for everyone around the world. So welcome to Zahnymous and welcome to the future.
I did have two questions, actually.
Yo.
I'll just kind of ask them both at the same time, and then you could just answer them. One was, you said without KYC, we're able to do $9,500 dollars worth of gift cards, right?
Correct.
And how is that? I'm in the U.S. How does that work with like taxes, or do they completely overlook that? And then my second question is like, for the tokens that are like partnered with you, like Sell and stuff, like if somebody was to go out and purchase a $500 Walmart gift card using Sell, would that immediately sell off $500 worth of Sell on their chart, or how does that all work?
Of course. So let's go with your first question. Your first question is, I live in the U.S. What about my taxes, right? So because we're truly an international company, and we do focus a lot on Web3 and decentralization. It would be absolutely crazy for me to make sure everyone is being diligent in their tax system. So in our terms and conditions, everyone that uses the platform, when you click approve terms and conditions, you are pretty much stating to us that you are going to be doing your due diligence for whatever taxes you are in whatever county, state, nation, country, continent, whatever. We have no responsibility of what users do through our platform. Number 2, you asked, what about partner tokens? So believe it or not, so you say, is this a sell on the chart? It is a sell on the chart. But let me go into why I actually think this decreases sell pressure. Believe it or not, if you have 500 USD in your bank account right now, do you spend the entire 500? I would probably say you don't, right? You probably spend 5, 10, whatever percent of your actual bank account is. That's how I view our DApp. People aren't going to be just liquidating immediately. People that actually believe in the project, that want to be long-term holders. They're going to implement that in their actual daily lives and make everyday expenses, be that groceries, be that possibly utility bill payment, phone bill payment. And it's actually going to encourage people, in my opinion, to be a part of the project more long-term. It's kind of similar to how staking is. Staking, not an aspect of like what staking is versus what our spending platform is. It's the idea that if you stake it, you earn more, which actually helps the chart because you're with the project long term, even though you're getting tokens. And theoretically, if you could sell all your tokens, it would hurt the chart, right? So it's the same aspect that because we're allowing such easier liquidation of cryptocurrency, it's actually going to create more longevity for holders.
Okay. And then like back with like the first question though, like without the KYC, like technically like isn't that is that considered money laundering at that point? Because like we don't know who we are, we can make up a fake name, a fake email and stuff. Or like
not at all. Because there's a fine line between the difference of everyday spending and money laundering. And that's also stated in our terms and conditions. There are thresholds that would put you into financial crime, and everything about ZA's limits and the amount that we do per non-KYC and per KYC is completely with legal code. So it's actually not money laundering at all. It's $10 purchases, $25 purchases, even $100 purchases. So huge fine line. So it's not like a tornado cash where you can just mix thousands and millions of dollars. We do have thresholds and we do have service agreements with verified KYC companies. So we have implemented our entire partnership structure to make sure everything we're doing is perfect against fighting financial crime.
I was going to say, walking around free as a bird. I still like a little bit about the token. Like, you know, I noticed just even when you're doing the pitch and everything, you use BNB to purchase the gift card. What is the real advantage of the token? Is there a discount fee or anything?
Exactly.
You know, because I guess your main utility is the ability to, you know, exchange your platform that you created.
Of course. So what I'm actually going to do is there's going to be no fee on the platform for the token. We were kind of debating like, hey, let's do a lower fee. Let's incentivize people to use. But actually, I'll say two things. We're also going to be implementing, in order to have your bill payment, in order to have the extra utilities that we're going to be adding, like mobile top-ups, you have to hold ZA. If you hold ZA, then it reads your wallet that you then get unlocked to be able to use the extra utilities that we have on the platform. And my ultimate goal with this project is to actually have ZA as a currency loaded on a debit card that people can then just swipe and then use. So I really want the actual token itself to be worth high in value and be one of the front runners of crypto payments. So in regards to token, you will be able to unlock more features. You will also be able to have less fees on the platform. And we're going to make sure that we incorporate the token specific in our economy.
Awesome. Sorry, Bromo, go ahead.
So sorry. I just out of curiosity, I was taking a look at the holder count, and I see that the fourth wallet there has the biggest supply, aside from the contract and whatnot. Could you tell me what that one is? Because I've seen that there have been transfers, and the wallet they've been transferred to, they've sold. So just kind of enlighten me on that, please.
Yeah, of course. No dev has sold anything at all, so I can almost guarantee that. But in regards to BSC Scan, we do have people that have been aping. I know there's one person that owns like 3 million supply. I'm pretty sure he's in this chat right now. So let me actually go to the holder count. Where is it? Holders. Let's look. And by the way, we did a fair launch style as well, so no one got a better rate than anyone. So anyone that bought, if it's below the launch price, they technically lose money. So for this wallet, you mean, or this wallet?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so this wallet's my wallet, and this is actually the staking and rewards that we're going to be adding, and it's 3.4 million. And honestly, the people that probably sold, so listen to this, this is full transparency. Whenever we were doing our crypto marketing, in order to pay the influencers, we actually had to give them a percentage of the supply. And you're right, some of them did sell, but I actually created a template that showed every single influencer with every single wallet with every single percentage they got. Because if they sold, screw them.
Okay,
you know? Yeah. I'm gonna tell people straight up how it is, right? If I'm gonna be giving them free token, then they sell it like they did it, right? Definitely.
Okay, that's good to know. Now I do have another question. I'm so sorry, Jay. I know you want to get one in, but you can take me through the onboarding process, because I know that you do charge a fee for the onboarding with other projects, and you have 130 holders right now, which is not too many. But you know, can you kind of tell me like how these partners paying this fee, how does it benefit them? Is it purely just like a marketing tool for them to get their name onto the platform, or like how do they really benefit?
Of course, it gives their project real world application. It just gives them an extra utility that they might not have. For example, if it's a meme token that has it's just a joke, we actually give that joke an actual real application in the physical world. So it's beneficial, and it's one of those hype things like, hey, you can actually use XYZ token and buy your groceries. Chat gets all pumped up. They're like, hey, I can actually use this. Because one of the biggest problems that people that aren't fond of cryptocurrency have is, why would you buy that? You can't use that. We eliminate that argument completely by onboarding the tokens. So the benefit, there's multiple benefits. The benefit is that kind of marketing hype, like, hey, you can actually use the token like in the physical world. And the other marketing side of it is, the more people that come to our platform that use a currency, they'll see, oh, there's Sol token on there. What's Sol token? So it actually gives more eyes on the site. So there's two ways to view it of an actual onboard. And believe it or not, projects are willing to pay. I was a little shocked. We were going to charge $10,000 at first to be onboarded, but instead we created a different scheme, and 40% of the funds raised goes to the project, and some of that will be for buyback and burns as well. So it's not just like devs getting some money and then that's it. We actually are using the funds properly to make sure the project is sustainable, creating more revenue, and making sure we keep marketing, keep building, and keep growing the ZA project and the ZA platform.
Okay, thanks for answering that. That was one thing I was really curious about, because I not to FUD, but someone did mention it as a concern, so I thought I'd just ask just to clarify.
Of course. And honestly, my response is, if they do want a fiat off-ramp, it's going to cost, I won't even say the amount, but it's way more than our onboarding procedure. Trust me, and the actual legal backing to get everything together. I'm not going to say how much it costs to actually build something like this, but our fee of only $2,500 for 3 months of exposure is actually a really good fee. And we also give $1,000 trial for someone that wants to do it for 1 month as well. So, I mean, I don't think the fee is expensive at all. And if anything, I think it's actually it's cost worthy compared to actually trying to do it yourself, especially with dealing with the headaches of financial law. So I know if people are concerned that their project being on here, it's a little bit too expensive, I apologize. They can message me and maybe we can work together. Maybe we can find a solution if you don't want to pay. So I'm always down to negotiate. The prices aren't concrete. They're just there as a standard flat fee.
Go back to the question about the wallet. You pull up BSC scan and you're like, you got no problems answering the question. So it can tell you got, transparency with everybody, with your holders and everything else whenever you're speaking. So question for you to follow up on that. You talked about influencers, right? So what made you make the decision to give tokens for influencers?
Very good question, Jay. And you know what that was actually? Believe it or not, I can't say the non-disclosure because it was with the marketing company that we were working with. So we were working with the crypto marketing firm, and they pretty much stated in order for our budget to go further, we had to give them token. And at first, the tokens were supposed to be vested, and we were fighting back and forth. And this is a real story, guys. And I'm going to be completely real when I say this. Those influencers messaged me and was like, so the original plan was that they were supposed to get a percentage of the tokens based on the 600 BNB hard cap. But because we didn't reach the 600 BNB hard cap and we ended up doing a fair launch because the market sentiment was bad, they were hounding me about making sure that they got paid. And pretty much I was in a pickle. Do I make these very big, powerful BSC influencers upset, try and get them to post saying my project's a scam and ruin the reputation, or do I just pay them? So honestly, it's actually the marketing firm that we worked with. And I even went to a point on launch day and I told the marketing firm that they're going to pay them. And they were like, we're not going to pay them. This is you. And it was just, I was in a very bad situation. There's nothing that I can do about it. Again, would I rather make these influencers mad that have thousands and thousands of followers and views in BSC, not pay them, and then them try and say that my project's a scam? Or do I just give them the equal percent that I even told my community about? I was put in a hard position. What choice do I have?
Yeah, you got
plug.
another full transparency.
I got robbed. Right.
Well,
You should have hired Elter Boost. Just saying.
All good, man. I mean, if you've seen our chart since then, and the funny thing is, if you've seen our chart now, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to show too much, but let's go to it real quick.
This is your AMA.
Oh,
show it up. This is your AMA.
Fill it up, baby.
Bring chart up. If it's beautiful, let's look at the beauty.
Of course, dude. I'm really proud of it, to be honest. So I'm going to explain to you all everything that actually happened. So let's see it. Look at that. So I'm going to explain to you all what exactly happened from the very beginning to later. So when we first launched the project, okay, we're right here about open launch price, okay? This is a true story, okay? So we forgot to turn off the anti-snipe bot at launch. And actually, Bromo was in the launch as well. And when people were buying into the project, they couldn't sell it first because the anti-bot was on. So people were freaking out and was like, it's a honeypot. It's a honeypot. And I was sitting there on live like, no, it's not. We just have to turn off the anti-bot. Once it's turned off, it can never be turned back on. So we had this like crazy scare where it went up, went down. And then people were like, they lost confidence in the project because that is a very big mess up. Right? That scares people. And this chart explains fear. All a chart is emotions. You can see emotions down. And then I geared up. I got ready to actually play. I started showing my community what the project is about. I started going in other groups. I started establishing partnerships. People realized my transparency. People realized that I'm an authentic founder. Look at it. Right? Bullish day, bullish day, bullish day. Just kicking ass, right? And I mean, to be honest with you, this describes exactly what's going to be coming in the future. in my honest opinion. I really believe in this project. I believe in the fundamentals, the economics of it, the actual business backing of it. It's a project that doesn't rely on other users buying and selling to actually be fluid. And that's so big when it comes to crypto because so many projects rely on other people's money to keep going. Zahnymous doesn't. And that already by itself separates us from 99% of other projects on the market. And that's, I will say that with a fact.
So you explained that dip right there on the chart. I'm looking at your chart right now and look at the reversal you got going. So that's you. So that's you saying you're marketing, like you're doing AMA tours. What marketing are you doing that you got that push? Because I think we're looking at it continuing to go. Boom,
it's
up like that. So tell us like what you've done, and then where that's going and what you're doing. Because this is looking good.
So it's looking good. It's looking beautiful, man. And I'm actually I'm not going to go too much, but this is actually what I do on my downtime. I'm a professional trader. I've been trading for about 2 to 3 years. That's something else that I didn't actually tell you all. I don't like stating it because I don't want people to be asking me, hey, how's the chart looking? How's the chart looking? What do you think is going to happen? But I actually have great knowledge. I've worked with prop firms, which pretty much give me capital to trade for them. I got granted $200,000 to actually trade for a prop firm. So I have extensive knowledge when it comes to actually how everything operates. Especially, higher highs, higher lows, the very simple economics and the breakdown of how a chart actually works. And when I say this is nothing but just shows the sentiment of our project, this represents what it's going to be in the future, in my honest opinion. But what's actually kickstarted everything is partnerships. It's us telling projects. And believe it or not, Bromo was like, hey, there might be this FUD where projects are like, oh, they're charging X amount. That low right here, I started onboarding projects right at this low, believe it or not. So it actually shows that partnering with projects, bringing over their community, bringing new investors, new eyes on the platform actually works. If they pay or if they don't pay, it still gives us exactly what we need for the proper publicity to actually grow fundamentally.
So at that bottom, we'll start onboarding. Can you say some of the projects that you grabbed? Again, I know you shared.
Yeah, so the very first, my bad. The very first project I onboarded was Gympad. Gympad was awesome. We brought over a decent amount of community from them. Gympad was the first one, my bad. Soul Token was the first one. We brought some of her community over, some buys, and then we partnered with Gympad. And that big buy before, right around here, we brought in SafeMoon 96, and everyone knows projects that have a lot of SafeMoon 96 was our biggest partnership so far. They have 1,500 holders, it's not a lot, but it's a lot more than the other projects that we've partnered with. And they brought over a lot of their community as well. So we're making the proper partnerships. And my focus is to really get the right demographic. I don't want just the people that want the hype. I want the people that actually believe in a project and they're like, this is truly the future of it. So
how are you seeking out the new partnerships now? Because what you're saying is you got to have the right fit, right? Which we always talk about in here too. It's like that organic fit between projects for partnerships just always makes it, it makes it or break it. So how are you doing that without, sacrificing that component to it, right?
Of course. So at first I was making a really stringent policy, and I told you about this last night. I said, to me, what we were going to be doing was there has to be an 1,000 holder minimum, and it has to be real holders, organic holders. That's step one. They have to have an actual utility, which means Gympad has their own launchpad. Soul Token has their own technology. They're the first ever learn to earn game. So we really wanted to partner with projects that actually had a utility and then find their demographics to come over to us, because their users, their holders that are a part of those projects, they know that they're in it for the long run. It's not the hype beast. It's not the projects looking to sell over each other and make a quick buck. It's actually organic users that want to be around for the next couple of years, that truly believe crypto is the future. But because my stringent policy of finding projects was it really wasn't, it was helping, but it wasn't creating the organic growth that we were truly trying to achieve. I changed it just a little bit to the project has to be doxed and KYC'd. And they also have to have a minimum holder count of 1,000 holders. So as long as they fit those two criteria, they don't have to be utility based anymore.
Okay, because you did mention earlier that you said that, you know, we'll provide a utility to these meme tokens, you know, and give them something they could get hyped about. So,
exactly.
It is now kind of conflicting.
No, I changed it because at first it was just Soul Token Gympad, but then we talked as a team and we changed everything. So I was just telling you the original plan of what the stringent policy is, but the new plan is that it can be pretty much be any token with that minimum holder count, and as long as they're KYC'd and they're doxed, it's all good. And that's in order to really grow the platform to what it needs to be.
So, like in the future, you want to introduce a lot more things. You know, we work with several clients that, you know, are kind of, it's a very competitive, you know, side of crypto that you're involved in right now. A lot of, you know, payment platforms out there, and, you know, Apple style pay and card pay. But for your development in the future, you know, personally, I can tell you from watching these projects, it's a lot of money that goes into developing, having your own, you know, debit, Visa, crypto card, or developing the D apps to do online payments. There's a lot of hassles you go through with Apple and Google Play. How are you guys going to fund this? Do you guys have venture capitalists involved?
So real quick, I do want to state one thing. You said that right now what I'm in is a competitive industry, and I completely disagree with you. And I'll tell you why I disagree with you. Don't get like, you know, don't attack me or anything. I disagree with you. Yeah, I disagree with you because I'm the first ever token that's focusing on actual legitimate decentralized crypto spending. You're right. There are other platforms out there, but they're specific to centralization. What we're doing is so unique. There's no platform that's integrating tokens that are on DEXs like PancakeSwap, possibly even Vault Finance's DEX as well, 1inch, right? Justin's SunSwap. There's no payment platform that's integrating these decentralized tokens, giving them a decentralized fiat off-ramp. So in regards to competitiveness, I'm proud to say I'm the first one to actually do this. And I actually plan to take the profits that we make. You also asked, well, what about the profits? How are you going to be able to fund everything? Again, there's a legitimate business that's behind this. We sell gift cards for profit. We make profit when people use the system. So as the system grows, we have more revenue to grow the actual token and grow the development. So when people ask, where does the money come from? It's not money coming from other individuals. It's money coming from the core foundation of what Zahnymous is about, which is that crypto spending application. Our utility is a revenue-based model, which actually helps fund the project.
Okay. I get you. Like, but I know there is some, like, just like, again, it's great. And again, I'm not knocking you. I love what you guys are doing. And I think it's great. And I love the gift card aspect, and you have lots of room to grow. So don't get me wrong, but there is projects out there that are decentralized spending and stuff like that. Again, it can get a pretty expensive industry. So no, I was just more like, again, I was just curious about like your future development. And again, this is something you guys can do. You're got great energy. You're very smart. You got a great team behind you. I was only just curious about like how you guys plan on like future funding. But you answered that. It can cost a lot of money. Is just my point.
I completely agree, man. The debit card program I got quoted for was $100,000. And that's just for the debit card program. That's not even the cost of development to actually get the program up and running. And I work with Visa Ready partners right now. I've been in communications with them for months. And in regards to other projects that are decentralizing crypto spending, if they're not doing it the way through gift cards and they are doing it through an anonymous debit card or focusing on another aspect of decentralized crypto spending, they're obviously doing something illegal. And that's pretty factual. I'm not going to go into depths of other projects because that's their own business. But we are the first legitimate project that's actually following law that's focused on decentralized crypto spending. So we're actually compliant, as the other projects that are trying to do this are basing everything off anonymity and basing everything off of an anonymous Visa card. So again, I do want to state we are in fact the first ever token that is created to decentralize crypto spending with true longevity. Those platforms that are allowing some anonymous Visa cards, I'm not going to say them, or allowing for that other decentralized spending, they're not going to be around in 5 to 10 years. What we're really focusing on by making sure through our lawyers that everything is compliant, that everything is legal, we're going to be around for a very long time. And I guess that's what separates me than any other competitor.
Oh, I definitely didn't want to come across knocking you or anything like that. No, I think you're doing great. I think you did home run there with the gift cards. That's why I was asking, like, just what your future plans were to reach more places that don't have the ability, right? Like, I'm in Canada, so for me, it's a piece of cake. No problem. I can buy the gift cards. All these stores are within, 10 minutes of me. I was asking. No, I like the idea. I think it's a great pitch. I like it. I'm definitely gonna, look into deeper, and you know what? I'll probably be an investor.
Of course. I would love to bring you on board. I have a bunch of high hopes, and I hope I answered. And trust me, I wasn't trying to come off as either. I'm just like really passionate about it. So sometimes I can come off like aggressive, but I'm not. I'm truly trying to answer your question to the best of my ability while still keeping the statements like relevant. But you're completely right. There are projects out there that are trying to do what we're doing. I actually talked to another project not too long ago. I hopped in Caesar's calls. They were saying that they're going to be the first decentralized crypto spending application as well. I forgot what they were called. Black Project, I think, something like that. And I just had so much fun in the AMA because they don't know what Zahnymous is about and they don't know who I am. So I was just asking them ridiculous questions that they should know. I asked them, I was just fishing, I was acting like the investor, but obviously I know what the hell I'm talking about. So I was asking them like, hey, do you know what AMLD5 is? And they were like, what's AMLD5? And I was like, where's your debit card program going to be? They were like, Europe. And I was like, obviously you don't, like, you're not ready at all. AMLD5 is EU law, actually, and it's supposed to fight money laundering. And you have to do CDD, which is customer due diligence. And I was just like, not bashing them, but giving them straight facts. So I do love that a lot of projects are trying to pitch this. And you're right. Now that we're kind of getting into this next stage of crypto, this is the next stage. It's really integrating it with payments. And what ZA's about is not just gift cards. So again, we keep talking about gift cards, but I really am trying to make this so much more. This is what I did at the very beginning of my roadmap. This is what I did when people introduced the project. I'm really trying to create a system where you have ZA or other cryptocurrencies that we list and have access to all fiats with no barrier to entry, however I can. Even if that is a centralized system, I'm still trying to give everything. I'm trying to give the decentralized finance users this application, but also create that centralized solution to really be the all-around shop that not only can you convert your cryptocurrency to fiats through our gift cards or through a debit card program, you can also cross-chain. You can also pay your phone bill. You can pay your utility bill, your light bill. The idea is that someone who has crypto can be able to spend it with no limitation. And that's what Zahnymous is really about. And that's why I view myself as the front runner of decentralized payments.
Awesome. No doubt you got you come across with a lot of passion, a lot of energy for what you're bringing, man, and also crazy good utility that you've got. Obviously, you're really motivated. So I think that I just wanted to ask you one question. As I'm thinking of it, I think that this is probably something that you've communicated indirectly, but as far as your users and how you're connected with them as the project owner, can you share like a little bit about the user experience? Like, what feedback have you gotten? How, obviously, I'm sure it's positive feedback you're getting, like, it's specifically about the user experience. And then what are people using it the most for, whether it be a specific gift card or a specific application that they're using it for the most, in your opinion? Like, what do you think that will be?
Of course, I loved your questions, man. So let's answer the very first one. Your question was, how has the community directed to me how the platform works? If that's what your question was, I actually created
kind of like share the user experience with us, because I think that's an important piece to this, for sure.
Of course. So I actually created a channel called Za Receipts, which actually shows the user experience from purchasing to actually using it. And I'll share some of those feedbacks actually in this channel right now. So give me just 1 second and I'll forward those feedbacks from users. And I made a group out of it to kind of keep track, to really show people, like, it's not just me saying how fluid the system is. It's actually people that are showing that have a wonderful response to it as well. So give me just 1 second.
Sure, no problem. Is this like you're saying, like, this is how they're sharing feedback with you? Like they'll write their comments and things like that, or is this just the receipt for what they're buying? You said receipts.
No, this is actual. Well, I call it receipts just because it shows purchases. But the actual thing is them like having a comment on the system and their use case of it. So
That's cool.
Okay, so I just forwarded 3 different messages of what people said when actually using the platform and some of the feedback that they had for me. And I loved it, honestly. And some of these people are all around the world. They're not even in the United States. One person was in the Philippines. One person was in United Kingdom. I think the other one was in Europe. And this is strictly not planned or anything. These are people using the gift cards and showing how streamlined the system is. So we're getting positive feedback. And the second question you asked was, what's the most typical thing that people have bought so far? And it's actually groceries. It's grocery stores, supermarkets.
What's the top in the US? Do you have that?
I think Walmart. Walmart's been the top purchase so far. When we add Amazon, I know Amazon's going to be number 1 for sure.
Yeah, you definitely should make sure you get some good analytics set up for that, because that you can use huge for marketing as well. And then speaking of marketing, what about Christmas? You guys should be blowing this up for Christmas. Like, this is the number 1 time of the year to buy gift cards.
Of course. So we're trying, right? We're still, what Bromo was saying earlier, we have 130 holder count. This is truly a hidden gem. Not many people know about Zahnymous. Not many people know about this platform. So it's really going to take some time to grow. But the good thing is it's all up from here. So I'm trying to get my name out there. I'm trying to get people to notice that, hey, it's Christmas. Go buy your loved one this. Go buy your loved one that. Go use your favorite cryptocurrencies. We're really trying to add more and more that we can. But I agree with you, man. This is the perfect time. This is where the gift cards actually boom. So I'm trying. I'm trying to get my name out there, and I'm really trying to get people to use the platform consistently.
Maybe even just like in your communities or TG, your Discords and stuff like that, get competitions going for people posting YouTube videos and TikToks and Instagrams. You get on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and show you using the gift card, buying it, going, paying for things. Like, I think this is definitely a time where you could really start blowing this up and start pushing through the holiday season, right?
Agreed. So actually, funny that you say that. I'm going to show a video real quick. It's actually so funny you said that. I'm not sure if you've seen this before. But this is an actual picture of me, or not a picture of me. This is actually a video of me. I would love for you all to check out while we're in the AMA. Again, I can be here as long as it doesn't really matter. I'm very passionate about this project. I love what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish. But here's a video of me actually
check.
making a purchase.
We good? Let's go. So I'm about to make the Zahnymous purchase for a Lowe's gift card, and it really is going to be just like this. I go to my MetaMask wallet. You can see I have BNB right here, about $60-some. I'm going to go to the browser. Now let's go do this. Not right now, but I'll be back after. Can we buy with Za? What if he goes, yeah, you can. Yeah, what should we buy with our $50? Tide Pods. Let's fill it up. The whole 50. Fabric softener. All ready to go. I just have this. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Sweet victory.
Nice. I like it.
Successful purchase.
Fresh clothes and bubbly too.
It says Zahnymous. Remaining balance.
So something that I didn't even touch on is some of our gift cards actually work with mobile wallets like Google Play and Apple Pay as well. So even though we don't have the debit card program, some of the gift cards that we actually have, if you do it through a mobile device, once you implement the actual URL, you can just put it in your Apple cards or your Google cards. And as you spend, it actually gets deducted automatically from your Apple wallet.
Hey, Bosset, I was actually going to kind of test it out myself and buy a gift card. The only thing that kind of irks me, and I don't know if it's just through my phone or whatnot, but when you go through the verification process, when you sign up, the email just says support and there's no logo or anything. And then when it tells you to click the link to verify, and it's just so basic, it makes me a little creeped out. Would you guys like updating that anytime soon so it just looks a little bit more presentable? Or
so there are some things like during development that might get changed on accident. Like for example, we pushed code and it was the wrong code and it like messed up some things on the back end. So you should have like a picture of the logo and banner and everything. I'm not sure if it's your mobile device. Maybe if you look at it on the desktop version, it's different. But in regards to that, I can call my developers, get that fixed out, and really see what's going on. But this is like an inquiry that I might get in my email for boss@zahnymous.io or support@zahnymous.io. But I'll make sure I correct anything. It should look a little bit better. I'm not sure if it's maybe the email provider you use or anything like that. But if it's not, I'll make sure to fix it.
Well, when you were playing the promo video, it did look fairly basic in that promo video where it was showing like the two verification emails and stuff. So if you definitely streamline that, because that is like super important, like she brings up right away, she was going to go buy, and then, you know, everyone gets nervous when you're connecting your wallet to anything, right? We've all heard horror stories of wallets gone wrong.
Of course. The good thing is, though, you don't have to sign up, right? You can just connect the wallet with no notification. But, Bromo, I'll make sure, though, that whatever issue you were talking about, I'll definitely get it checked in. I'll fix it. I'll make sure it looks more presentable. Maybe whenever they were coding, they pushed in an old template or there's something on the back end because everything's custom made. We don't use templates. We make everything from the scratch. So it could have honestly been anything. So thank you so much for telling me, and I'll make sure to correct it.
Awesome. Also, now that I've kind of gotten past through that verification process, I'm trying to check out, and it's adding extra BUSD on top of the amount that I'm buying for the gift card. Where is that going to?
Of course. So that's our service fee. That's actually that's how our company makes profit. Because we provide this decentralized service using Web3 and Web3 only. We cater specifically to the DeFi space. And because we allow that use case of such like simpler spending, we do tag a surcharge. And I wasn't sure if you saw that on my screen. Whenever I was presenting the Walmart gift voucher, there was an amount that said like 500 and then an amount that said like it was plus 500. So I'm not sure if you caught that during the presentation, but we do charge a service fee of about 5 to 6% just to make sure that the project also is profiting. And that money that we use externally, we then feed it right back into the company.
Okay. So maybe just a suggestion, maybe have it kind of invoiced. So it says like, say I'm doing like a $50 Uber Eats card, and then the $325 that's getting tacked on there, go ahead and, put that as a service fee. And then like one of those little icons that's next to it where they can click and say, this is to provide blah, 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 blah,
Of course. And so something that we were thinking about just putting it into the actual token. So when people were paying, we'll have like service fee is included in BNB or BUSD, and then just like charge like the extra amount that they send through their wallet. So it wouldn't, because obviously people like in their mind, when they see a service fee, they're like, ugh. But if someone saw it like tagged on the price, they're like, it's crypto. So we're definitely working on ways to make sure that it's more user friendly and a better taste in people's mouths.
All right, I think I'm done myself personally. So
well, there's
thank you
nothing.
so much.
There's nothing wrong with.
All right, boss. So at this point, hey, we just wanted to see if there's any more questions or anything else from the audience here before we wrap things up. We try to keep them right around an hour, and I know we had a lot of info to share, which is awesome, man. So I just wanted to final questions from anybody here before we stop the recording, and we'll stay on a little bit as well afterwards if anybody wants to ask something from you afterwards. Stay and mingle for a minute, but any further questions from anybody here in the audience? All right. So boss, I'm just going to give you the closing statement here. All right. If you want to wrap things up and just tell us anything, including just anything coming up or just a quick wrap up for your project, floor is yours here to close it out, brother.
Of course, thank you so much. So now that we are in this era of crypto, we see the distrust that happens with centralized exchanges. We've noticed what's happening with FTX, possibly crypto.com, I think BlockFi, even Genesis. Now that we're kind of going into this era that you think just because a business is regulated that it might be safe, we know that's not true. And I really want people to understand that what we're trying to do in the time period that we're coming out right now, ZA is even more of a necessity than ever before. Now that we're going to be adding the cross-chain system to allow users to go from BSC to ETH to TRX, etc., for 6 different blockchains, not only will users be able to move from blockchain to blockchain without the need of an exchange, users will be able to liquidate their cryptocurrency for actual physical use case. So now is the perfect time for a business like Zahnymous to be around. Now better than ever, I can clearly state with fact, ZA is the future. So thank you so much for being a part of this project. Thank you so much for being a part of this presentation. Thank you so much for everyone that's listening. I hope you find as much love and passion into what we're doing, because in order for crypto to make the next step, the next hurdle, it has to be integrated in our economies, and it has to be able to be spent in a more simple manner. And that's what exactly ZA is about. So again, if you believe cryptocurrency is the future, you believe ZA is the future as well. Thank you so much. Stay Zahnymous.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Thank you for presenting. And we are grateful for you coming in here, presenting Zahnymous to CryptoTavern for our AMA here today. So we're going to stop our recording, and we thank you again.
Of course.